Welcome back, guys, to the Andrei Delic Podcast. Today's an episode, a reality check, I guess we can call it. I have many different topics ranging from culture, society, politics, sports, just all together. I'm globaling everything together. I'm going to be alone. So let me start off with, so guys, recently on Netflix, the Charlie Kirk docuseries is available. It's a two-part. It's like 2 episodes. And they're both like 1 hour and a half. So it's basically like 2 little documentaries. And I watched both of them. And you really saw Charlie Sheen, bro. God damn, that's a play of pimp, bro. God damn. Bro, that guy lived a life on the craziest level possible. That was so fucking insane. The things he did, the things he went through, the life he led. The life he lived, Jesus Christ, but that's like a rock star life to the max, nonstop. And I think now he's like 62 years old. He's like early 60s. And I don't know how. I mean, I'm happy for him. God bless. He's still in good shape. He still looks like reasonably in good shape from what I. Of course, he's positive for HIV, but nowadays being positive for HIV isn't the same as before. Before it was considered a death sentence. Now, if you're positive for HIV, anyone can live with it. Just take a couple of medications. And it's like, I think even Magic Johnson is also HIV positive. And you just take like 1 pill a day, and basically it's like you don't have HIV anymore, but you have to take 1 pill a day for the rest of your life. But when you take that 1 pill and when you're under medication, you're not detectable anymore for HIV. So if you have HIV, you're HIV positive, and if you take that 1 pill a day for the rest of your life, after taking that 1 pill a day, if you go and test yourself, you're going to test negative for HIV, but you still have it. But since you're on medication, it's like if you're negative. So before, that's really good technical medical advances for medical technology. It's really good because before HIV, when you had HIV, it was like a death sentence, because when you contracted HIV, there was no cure. And then after 8 to 10 years of having HIV, you get AIDS. And once you have AIDS, it's done. Even now, if you don't diagnose yourself while you have HIV, if you let it run too long and your HIV turns into AIDS, then you're done. Nothing can help you. No one can help you. You're dead. It's a death sentence. But that's why now it's really important to get tested for HIV, for people who are sexually active with strangers and who don't use protection. Especially, I know homosexuals, people who are homosexual have higher chances of contracting HIV. But anyone can get HIV, not only through sex, you can also get it through injecting yourself with syringes for whatever purposes, using syringes that are not clean, who have HIV, which a person who had HIV use that syringe before you, and then you use the same syringe, then you can also contract HIV. You can contract HIV through drugs, syringes, sex, unprotected sex, oral sex. I think not, because how it works. I wasn't supposed to talk about so much about HIV, but I read a lot about it. It has to be blood-to-blood contact. So let's say a girl, can you get? No, not even then. Yeah. So it has to be blood on blood. So let's say if I take someone's blood and I have like an opening on my arm and my blood is open, then if I take that person's blood and I connect it with my blood and that person is HIV positive, then I'll contract HIV. But if I simply take that person's blood and I smear it on my skin, nothing's going to happen. If I take that person's blood who is HIV positive and I drink it, nothing's going to happen because my immune system will kill it. That's how it works. It has to be blood on blood, or it has to be through pure, like, skin on skin sexual relationship. Meaning, if a guy has HIV and he comes inside of a woman, then he can pass his HIV to the woman. He can pass it to her. Or when it comes to homosexual relationships, Google it. It's really important. It's really important to go get tested for HIV, especially that nowadays it's not a death sentence anymore. You take one pill a day and you're gonna live a normal and healthy life for the rest of your life. But you have to get tested before that HIV turns into AIDS. Once it turns into AIDS, you're done. No one can help you. No pill on God's green earth can help you. Nothing can help you, and no one can help you. So get tested for people who have chances of contracting HIV. Get tested because it's really, really important. But to get back to Charlie Sheen, man, what a fucking that guy, bro. Everything he did, from drug addiction, booze addiction, escort addiction, living life on the fucking most dangerous lane, and now he's been sober for 8 years. I mean, he looks to be on the right track. I wish him all the best. I hope he remains sober for the rest of his life. But for everything he did in this past, right now he looks in pretty good shape and pretty healthy, man. So I guess I feel maybe it didn't. I mean, probably did affect him to a certain degree. All that constant drug abuse and alcohol abuse, and maybe not sex abuse. I'm not sure that, but contracting HIV definitely took a toll on his health. But now with the pills that he's taking, I think he's good regarding that health situation. But the amount of alcohol consumption and drug abuse that he made his body endure, and he's in that good of a shape. Shit, man. Maybe, and they were saying that maybe he does have really good genetics. Maybe that's true. I don't know. But like, he's in really good shape right now. Wish him all the best. But just to say, man, that guy lived life on the craziest highway, on the craziest lane, on the craziest road. He had a fucking crazy fucking life. He had a really successful career in television and in filmmaking, in movies. He was really famous, really popular. Women loved him. Good-looking Hollywood sex symbol he was. He made a lot of fucking money. He broke the record for being the most paid TV personality of all time. And even now, that record is still held by him. He was paid $2 million per 2.5 man episode. So for one 2.5 man episode, which was like 22 minutes, he was paid $2 million fucking dollars, man, Charlie Sheen. I watched 2.5 Man. It's an amazing TV show. One of the greatest sitcoms of all time. One of the greatest TV shows of all time when it comes to sitcoms and comedies. One of the best of all time. That's true. I fucking loved 2.5 Man. I fucking love it. And when Charlie Sheen was there, it was peak 2.5 Man. Then when they kicked him out and they brought in, what's the guy's name? Fucking, what's his name, man? He plays in... bro, he's married to Mila Kunis, man. What's his name? Fucking... what's his name? I forgot his name, but you guys know who I'm talking about. When he came and took over 2.5 Man, it wasn't the same sitcom. I mean, no disrespect to him. He's a really good actor, really good person. He's a really beautiful person, really good person. But it wasn't the same as when Charlie Sheen was the main guy at 2.5 Man. When he was the main guy, man, holy shit, that sitcom was breaking records. Everybody was watching that TV show, that sitcom like crazy. And that's why he was paid $2 million per episode. Even now to this day, that record is still held. He still has that record for being the most paid main cast for a sitcom. It's crazy, man. $2 million for one episode, which is like 22 minutes. Crazy work, man. How much was Charlie Sheen paid per 2.5 man episode? What's the name of the actor who took his place? At his peak around 2010, 2011, before his firing, he earned about $1.8 million per episode. Earlier in the series, he was making less. Reports say around $300,000 to $825,000 per episode, with steady raises as the show became a hit. Ashton Kutcher is the name of the guy who replaced him. It just gave me here Ashton Kutcher. But to get back to Charlie Sheen, he was paid around $1.8 million, and in the docuseries, they said that he was paid $2 million per episode at his peak around 2010, 2011. $2 million, bro. Holy fucking shit, man. Yes, please. Now I want to see how much was Ashton Kutcher paid. When Ashton Kutcher replaced Charlie Sheen on 2.5 Men in 2011, he negotiated a massive deal. Kutcher was paid about $700,000 per episode at first. That worked out to roughly $15 to $20 million per season, depending on the episode count. He became one of the highest paid TV actors at the time, though still below Sheen's record-setting $1.8 billion per episode.
Hey, how's it going? I'm looking.
Yes, please. Bro, he still holds that record to this day. In 2025, Charlie Sheen still has the record for being the most paid. That's fucking crazy. Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon were paid $2 million each per episode. Okay, around $2 million each. Robert Downey Jr. for The Sympathizer was paid around $2 million also per episode. Mariska Hargitay for Law and Order was paid around $400,000, $500,000. Johnny Galecki from The Big Bang Theory was paid around $900,000 per episode late in the show. But it's just crazy that he still holds that record. And guys, now when it comes to drug abuse is a real problem. Charlie Sheen was really open about it in his docuseries, and he explained how it quote unquote ruined his life. I mean, in some aspects, it didn't ruin his life. Like, let's say his career. He had a very flourishing career, even though he was a drug addict. Maybe he would have had a better career if he wasn't a drug addict, or maybe he wouldn't have had a better career if he wasn't a drug addict. We're never going to know because the past is in the past, but it affected many aspects in his life, like his health. His health wasn't the best when he was having drug abuse. His relationships with his family members was deteriorating when he was abusing drugs. His love relationships wasn't doing the best when he was using and abusing drugs. So drug abuse is a real problem. Don't be afraid to speak up, to seek help if you need help regarding drug abuse and drug consumption. Charlie Sheen sought help many times. It didn't work, but he's still alive to this day. And now he's been sober for 8 years. So I feel like maybe it's going to work out good this time because he's been sober for 8 years. I wish him all the best. But guys, if you have drug abuse or drug problems, don't be afraid to seek help if you need help. And I mean, just all together, talking about Charlie Sheen, he had a very flourishing career. I mean, I wish him all the best. He never did harm to others. He only put harm onto himself. So he's not a bad person. He was just a really complicated person who needed help. And that's why I feel like I wish him all the best. But guys, if you didn't watch the docuseries regarding Charlie Sheen's life, I suggest that you do because it's really eye-opening. It's really interesting. And he was a really charismatic personality, accomplished person, troubled person. He had his demons like we all do. Every single human being has his own demons, but he fought them. And I guess, hey, good for him. He won. Like he has that tattoo, winning baby. He's always winning. He has that tatted on his wrists, on his right wrist or his left wrist. I'm not sure. Winning. I wish him all the best. But guys, if you didn't watch the docuseries, I suggest that you do because it's really eye-opening. It's really interesting. And it's just really, really fun to watch. So that's it, guys. Okay, so guys, recently, I just want to highlight this fact. Being capable of doing nothing and also having the patience to do literally nothing, just sit at home and do nothing, is a highly underrated skill set. Sometimes doing nothing is better than doing something. I know as human beings, we get bored if we do nothing. If we just sit at home and we just meditate, you just sit at home and you sit maybe on your front porch and you just meditate. You think about life. You're just alone with your thoughts. It may seem at first glance as something easy to do, but it's actually something really, really hard to do. People, humans in general, don't love to be left alone with their thoughts. We don't like it. Why? I don't know. Maybe because when we're left alone with our thoughts, most of us haven't conquered our brain and our thoughts. And then our thoughts and our brain starts conquering us and we start having negative thoughts and just then it spirals down to even more negative thoughts and more negative thoughts. But if you have the wisdom and you're wise enough to conquer your own thoughts and to conquer your brain, sitting down on your front porch with a cup of coffee, with a beer, and just meditating and just being alone with your thoughts and being calm and just being in a peaceful state while being alone with your thoughts, that is a really, really underrated skill that someone can have, and is a really, really underrated skill set to possess and to work towards. To some people can say, oh, that's really stupid. There's no materialistic gain. Maybe that's a fact. I still think that it's not a fact, because that's a huge skill set for your personal peace, to be at peace with yourself. You feel really good. And it's a really good skill set to have. And also, when you conquer your thoughts, you conquer the world. When you conquer yourself, that's when you conquer the world. All human beings, we all want, especially human beings who have higher goals and who have big ambitions and want to conquer the world and conquer their dreams and achieve their goals and succeed and achieve their dreams. The way to conquer the world as a man, or just as a human being in general, is by conquering yourself. And by conquering yourself, that means conquering your thoughts, controlling your brain, calming, silencing the negative voice inside of your head, which we all have. Let's not lie. I have it. You have it. No matter who you are, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Justin Bieber, Drake, I don't give a fuck who you are. We all have negative thoughts from time to time. But the goal is to learn how to conquer them, how to silence them, and how to control your thoughts and your mind. That's why Ronaldo, one of the most accomplished individuals on planet Earth, he's constantly talking about conquering your thoughts, being mentally strong. And he said, yes, my body helped me with everything to accomplish all my dreams and to be successful as a soccer player. But at the end of the day, it's my mentality that brought me everything that I have today. Everything that I have today is thanks to my mentality. Everything. And he's constantly preaching that and talking about how having a strong mentality, how having a winning mentality, winner's mentality is really fucking important. And that's maybe what helped Charlie Sheen a lot. Like it or not, he had a lot of drug abuse and drug problems and alcohol consumption, alcohol problems, sex problems. He was a sex addict also. He was addicted to escorts and whatever. But I think that at the end of the day, to a certain degree and to a certain extent, he controlled his thoughts and his mind. Of course, to a certain degree. That's why maybe he was so successful. And maybe that's why he's still alive and he is still in really good shape. Maybe that's why, because at the end of the day, he conquered his mind and he conquered his thoughts. And that's why he achieved so much in his domain as an actor in movies and in TV shows, TV series. Maybe that's why, because he conquered his mind at the end of the day. Even though he had all these problems, he conquered his mind. But to get back to the main point, having the ability to do nothing is a big, big skill. Is a highly underrated skill set to have. And also, now I have something that I read about on the internet. People, and this is a real article, a real scientific article, which is based on something that really happened in real life. The title of the article is, "People would rather be electrically shocked than left alone with their thoughts. Human mind may be wired to find inner reflection unbearable. At some point today, you will disengage from the rest of the world and just think. It could happen any number of ways. If your mind wanders from work while you're sitting in traffic, or if you just take a quiet moment to reflect. But as frequently as we drift into our own thoughts, a new study suggests that many of us don't like it. In fact, some people even prefer an electric shock to being left alone with their minds." That's so fucked up when you think about it. People would rather shock themselves, not someone else shocking you and you have no control over it. You shock yourself, then be left alone with your thoughts and just by doing nothing. If you do nothing and you have nothing to keep yourself occupied or just to be busy with, we would rather, in general, human beings would rather shock themselves electrically. And mind you, shocking yourself electrically is not fun. It's not like eating candy. You know what? I would rather eat candy than be left alone with my thoughts. Of course, that makes sense. There's some logic to it. But electrically shocking yourself, there's no fun to it. Why? Because it's painful as fuck. It's not fun. It's not fun. It's not like eating candy. Then you get a nice and a fun dopamine hit. But shocking yourself electrically, that's not fun. That's really fucking boring. That's really, not only is it boring, it fucking hurts, bro. It's like it fucking hurts. I'm really excited to see this paper, says Matthew Killingsworth, a psychologist at the University of California, UC, San Francisco, who says his own work has turned up a similar result. When people are spending time inside their heads, they're markedly less happy. To conduct the study, Timothy Wilson, a social psychologist at the University of Virginia in Charlottesville, and colleagues recruited hundreds of undergraduate students, volunteers, and community members to take part in thinking periods. Individuals were placed in sparsely furnished rooms and asked to put away their belongings, such as cell phones and pens. They then were given one of two tests that lasted between 6 and 15 minutes. While some were told to think about whether they wanted, others chose from several prompts, such as going out to eat or playing a sport, and planned out how they would think about it during the period. Afterward, the team asked the volunteers to rate their experience on a 9-point scale, where the higher the number, the more enjoyable their time was. In both the free thinking and planned prompt scenarios, about 50% of people did not like the experience, reporting an enjoyment level at or below the midpoint of the scale. Participants generally gave high ratings of boredom, according to Wilson. To see if a change of scenery would help, the team let participants do the studies in their own homes, but still found similar results. Overall, the subjects said they enjoyed activities like reading and listening to music about twice as much as thinking. The researchers then decided to take the experiment a step further. For 15 minutes, the team left participants alone in a lab room in which they could push a button and shock themselves if they wanted to. The results were startling. Before I get into the results, of course, if someone has a choice between listening to music and just being alone with his thoughts, there's more chance of that person choosing to listen to music than to be let alone with their thoughts, which makes sense. Or reading a book or watching a TV show or watching a movie, whatever, that makes sense. But to choose between being left alone with your thoughts or shocking yourself, which is painful, that's crazy to see that 67% of men and 25% of women chose to inflict electrical shock on themselves instead of being left alone with their thoughts. I like being left alone with my thoughts sometimes. I know many people think that I'm like this really extroverted person. I am more extroverted than I am introverted. I am kind of highly extroverted. I like being with people. I like talking. I like just being in social settings and being in public settings. I love it. But sometimes I also like being left alone with my thoughts just so I can think, reflect on my life, reflect on my goals, where I'm heading, where I'm going, where I was, where I've been. And just in general, being left alone with my thoughts. When I plan my episodes with guests or alone, or when I do sport episodes with Luca, then I'm alone because then I'm just me, pen and paper. I think about, okay, what do I want to talk about? I have my laptop so I can pull up news, pull up stats, see what's happening in the world, look at YouTube videos, look at videos in general, ask questions to ChatGPT, whatever. And then I plan my episodes. Then I love being left alone. But for everything else, man, I'm more extroverted. Sometimes I love being left alone with my thoughts because then, like, I don't know, I like to think. And when I think, I like to write down my thoughts about certain topics, certain issues in the world. And then I translate my thoughts, which I wrote down on a piece of paper with a pen. Then I write them down in my notes on my phone. That's why you constantly see me, guys, on my phone during a podcast episode, because all my thoughts, all my questions, everything is written down on my notes pad on my phone, because I'm not going to bring the pen and the paper on the podcast. That's too many papers, but my phone, it's easier. That's why I always have my phone, and I'm always looking at my phone either when it comes to asking questions to my guests or just talking about life in general or about doing my reality checks, what I want to talk about. Like you can see here, I have everything written down. But to get back to what I was talking about, so 67% of men and 25% of women choose to inflict pain on themselves instead of being left alone with their thoughts. That's why I'm saying that having the skill set and having the wisdom, having the ability to be alone with your thoughts is a huge skill and a huge skill set. And it will help you a lot to progress in your life, to reach your goals quicker, because you take time to self-reflect on your life, on your past actions, and also time to self-reflect on your future actions, your future goals, and where you want to go in life and who you want to become in life. All goes through self-reflection. That's why it's important to be able to be left alone with your thoughts. That's why it's a huge skill set to have. He suggests that we went into this thinking it wouldn't be that hard for people to entertain themselves. Wilson says, we have this huge brain. It's stuffed full of pleasant memories, and we have the ability to construct fantasies and stories. That's true. We really thought this thinking time was something people would like. He suggests that the results may be mixed signs of boredom and the trouble that we have controlling our thoughts. Just like I said, I think our mind is built to engage in the world, he says. So when we don't give it anything to focus on, it's kind of hard to know what to do. Although daydreaming is spontaneous and can be enjoyable, Wilson says the pressure to think on command, whether it's being demanded by researchers or while you're waiting in line with nothing else to do, may be what's difficult and unpleasant for many. I found it quite surprising and a bit disheartening that people seem to be so uncomfortable when left their own devices that they can be so bored that even being shocked seemed more entertaining, says Jonathan Schooler, a psychology professor at UC Santa Barbara who studies consciousness. And then he goes on to say, but I can't help but feel that there has to be more to the story. I'm confident that there are conditions in which at least a subsample of the population enjoys this quiet opportunity for self-reflection. I enjoy time for self-reflection. Now, sometimes I couldn't go an entire day for just self-reflection. I mean, that's too much. Like maybe a certain part of the day in 16 hours, I like self-reflection, but I also love going to the gym. I love hanging out with my friends, just talking about whatever, going out with my friends, playing soccer, going to work, going to school, whatever. I cannot just 16 hours a day self-reflect. That's too much. Some people seem to enjoy thinking more than others. For instance, the study found that people who are more agreeable or cooperative were more likely to enjoy themselves when they were told to think about anything. Individuals who admitted that their daydreams normally leave them happy fared better too. Because people so often find themselves intentionally or unintentionally wrapped up in their thoughts, the research team suggests that meditation or other techniques to relax and learn how to gain control of the mind could be helpful. If we knew how to steer our thoughts in a pleasant direction and enjoy the experience, maybe we wouldn't hate to be alone with ourselves. Maybe that's what it is. Like it said at the end of this scientific journal, maybe if people learn to love themselves more and to have more pleasant thoughts and to be more content with who they are and where they are at life, maybe they would be more content with being alone with their thoughts and just being alone and doing nothing. Me right now, I don't want to talk about like, oh, bro, I'm living the best life, but I'm really content where I am with life right now. I love my job, car salesman. I fucking love that. I love that job. I never thought I would have loved that job, but I love it. I love talking with people. I love trying to close people and to get them to sign, to buy the car. I love that challenge. It's like a mental challenge, social challenge with the people. I studied in sociology, so I guess like there's, like someone called me at work, I'm like a professional salesman because I study in sociology. There's a lot of sociology and psychology behind selling a car to a person. You have to convince him. And I like talking. That's why I have a podcast. I fucking love talking and try to convince people, arguing with people, whatever, and try to debate with them. I mean, it's not debating, it's more negotiating when it comes to selling cars. So I love my job. I love selling cars. That's why I do 40 hours a week. My biggest passion on planet Earth, doing podcasts. And I do many podcasts every single week. And the reason why is even if I don't get big views and even though I'm not getting the results that one day I would love to get, I don't give a fuck. Like I said, even if my episodes and my reels, my clips would only get a 1 view every single time, and that view is only my mother, I still would continue and I still wouldn't give a fuck, because I fucking love talking. I love expressing myself. I love debating. I love asking questions. I love thinking. I fucking love it. So my job, my 40-hour-a-week job, I love it. My passion is my biggest passion. I'm doing it constantly. I do like 2 episodes every single week, so I'm really fucking happy, and I even want to do more. I go to the gym 6 times a week. I feel in really good shape. I don't do drugs. I rarely drink alcohol. I do 10,000 steps every single day. I'm in really good shape. I mean, I don't want to boast. I don't want to talk about myself highly, but I'm just saying how I see my life. I'm really happy with where I am right now. I have really good friends. Some friends, I'm not really friends with them anymore because we don't see eye to eye, and it's just better if we don't talk with each other anymore and we're not friends anymore. That's normal. When you grow up, you just realize that some people, you're not going to be friends with them, and it is what it is. But I still have really good friends. I have a really good relationship with my parents, with my family members. Luca is my best friend, my brother, my older brother. I get along really, really, really fucking well with him ever since the beginning. And now that we're both grown, I'm 25, he's 28, we're really best friends. And I love him. I love him to death. I'm a proud uncle. So that's why I feel like if you're really content with where you are in life, being left alone with your thoughts is not a huge problem. And it's really easy to do if you're content with where you are in life. Now, I didn't want to talk about, oh, bro, I live this amazing life, but it's just an example I wanted to give. And it was a quick example that I could give with myself. Okay, so next. So guys, like I said, there's this really famous quote from Seneca, who was a Greek philosopher. And he said, man conquers the world by conquering himself. I agree 100%. And why? Is because you cannot control outside events. So for whatever you cannot control, you should not stress over, because you cannot control it. You shouldn't give a fuck what happens on things that you have no control over. You shouldn't give a shit. You should only care about conquering yourself every single day, living your life to the fullest, and every single day looking to become the best version of yourself and going step by step and doing things that actually fucking matter. Even if they're hard, even if it's hard to do them. Because everything that's worthwhile in life is hard. Going to the gym is hard. Being consistent in your passion is hard. Going to work is hard. Whatever that's good for you is hard, but it's worthwhile and it's worth doing. But at the end of the day, if you want to conquer the world, which all men want and all ambitious people want, even ambitious women, everyone wants to conquer the world, quote unquote, the only way you can conquer the world is by conquering yourself, which means conquering your thoughts and conquering your inner self. That's the only way. And you shouldn't give a fuck about what other people think, what other people do. Live your life. You cannot control what other people do and what other people think. Just live your life to the fullest. And like, you cannot, what you cannot change, you shouldn't give a fuck about. What you cannot control, you shouldn't give a fuck about. Just think about the things that you can change and that you can control, and try to become the best version of yourself. That's the point of life. And no matter how hard things get, keep going. No matter what fucking happens in your life. I know it's easier to preach than to do, but at the end of the day, it has to be said. No matter what fucking happens in your life, no matter what mountain you have to climb, no matter what dragon you have to slay, no matter what failure you face or rejection you face, keep going, man. Killing yourself is never, never, ever the answer. It's never the fucking answer. I don't care what happened to you. This is a really hard subject, but no matter what happened to you, keep going. Never fucking give up, man. Never give up. Keep going and live life. Always look at what you can do the best for today. Look what you can accomplish today, what fear you can face, what irrational fear you can face. Rational fear, don't face a fucking polar bear. That's a rational fear to have. Keep that fear. It's going to keep you alive. Some fears are there to keep us alive. Like if I see a fucking anaconda right there, I'm going to be fearful of it and I'm going to fucking leave. That's a rational fear. But face your irrational fears and you will become a better person and a more accomplished person. And there will be more to you than there is actually. So guys, no matter how hard your life gets, never fucking give up. Never cave in, And please, guys, please never, ever take your own life and try to minimize self-sabotaging your own self and maximize self-improving your own self. Now, of course, no one's perfect. It happens to all of us to be up and downs, but try to maximize the ups and minimize the downs. Please, guys, it's really fucking important. And it's normal from time to time to have feelings of unworthiness, to feel like you don't deserve something and to feel like you're unworthy in life. That's normal. It happens to me many times. It happens to Ronaldo. It happens to every single human being, no matter how accomplished he is, no matter how perfect he seems from the outside. We all get thoughts and we all get feelings of unworthiness, and we all feel unworthy from time to time. The goal is to learn how to control your thoughts when those negative and thoughts of unworthiness comes to your mind and to your brain. Learn how to control them and learn how to dispose of them as quickly as possible. That's the goal. But it's normal to have thoughts from time to time of unworthiness. It happens to me. It happens to Ronaldo. It happens to Messi. It happens to Donald Trump. It happens to Elon Musk. It happens to Jeff Bezos. It happens to whoever. And just a fact, Elon Musk suffered clinical depression 3 times or twice. That's because he had feelings of unworthiness. And he's the richest and probably the most accomplished human on planet Earth right now. And even he has feelings of unworthiness and has feelings of being unworthy from time to time. It happens to the best of us. Don't dwell on it. Don't be so hard on yourself. Realize that you are human. We're all human beings, and it's normal. Learn how to trump over those feelings and become a better person. Jesus Christ, I need water. And the difference, and of course on the same topic, the difference between winners and losers, the difference is losers, when they have feelings of unworthiness or of being unworthy, they give up. They give up on their dreams because they feel like, I don't deserve to have that dream. I don't deserve to accomplish my dreams. I have feelings of unworthiness. I don't deserve it. I'm unworthy of deserving those dreams. I give up. And the difference of winners, they have those same feelings while chasing their dreams. They have those same feelings. But the difference is they never, ever fucking give up. They keep going no matter how things get hard, no matter what fucking happens, they keep fucking going. They never, ever give up. Never, ever. No matter how much you get feelings of unworthiness, no matter how much you failed, no matter how many times you failed, you keep fucking going. That's the difference between winners and losers. Losers, when they get feelings of unworthiness or when they face a certain amount of failures or rejection, they give up. Winners, they also get feelings of unworthiness. They also feel unworthy from time to time. They also face rejection and failure. But the difference is they don't give up. They keep going with this burning desire inside of them, with this burning fire inside of them to succeed. And they keep going no matter what. And they end up fucking succeeding. That's the only difference between winners and losers. Winners aren't necessarily smarter than losers. They aren't necessarily more educated than losers. They aren't necessarily better looking than losers. They aren't necessarily more competent than losers. It's just they have a higher tolerance for taking shit, and they never ever give up. That's the only difference between winners and losers. The only difference. And it's all about persistence. Now you can say, oh, it's been 2 years I've been doing it. Who cares? Keep going for another 20 years if you have to. Persistence. It's all about persistence. Ray Kroc, the founder of this franchise known as McDonald's, one of the biggest, if not maybe the biggest franchise on planet Earth. There's not a fucking single country on planet Earth that there isn't a McDonald's, right? It's a fucking one of the biggest franchise on planet Earth. Ray Kroc is the founder. Before the age of like 54, he was like this normal ice cream machine salesman who went from restaurant to restaurant, fast food to sell these ice cream machines. No one gave a fuck about him. And now Ray Kroc is one of the most successful individuals in American history and in humanity history of all time. And he said the only difference between him and others who didn't succeed as much as him is he never ever gave up. He said, persistence, persistence, persistence. That's the only thing that matters. Talking about McDonald's, in how many countries are there McDonald's? Bro, I mean, McDonald's is so fucking huge, bro. It's probably the biggest. McDonald's currently operates in about 119 countries and territories globally. Ray Kroc made that happen. Now, of course, he's not the only person. It's a huge company. But Ray Kroc made that happen. Who was Ray Kroc? And what was Ray Kroc doing before he founded McDonald's? Let me talk about Ray Kroc a little bit. Ray Kroc, born in 1902, died in 1984, was the American businessman who turned McDonald's into a global fast food empire. Who he was, born in Oak Park, Illinois, best known as the man who expanded McDonald's into a worldwide franchise. He didn't actually invent the first McDonald's. The McDonald brothers did in California, but he saw the potential and scaled it. Served as CEO of McDonald's and is credited with creating its franchising model, standardized processes, and brand consistency. What he did before McDonald's, early jobs, worked as a paper cup salesman and also as a pianist, band member, and radio DJ. Sales career, he spent decades as a traveling salesman selling various products. He spent decades, not 1 or 2 months, not 1 or 2 years, not a couple of years, decades, plurals, 20 to 30 years minimum as a traveling salesman. For people who don't know, being a traveling salesman is really fucking hard. It's really fucking hard being a traveling salesman. And it's not that lucrative. It's not that lucrative being a traveling salesman. He was a multi-mixer milkshake machine salesman. By the 1940s, 50s, Kroc was selling multi-mixers, machines that could make 5 milkshakes at once. This is what led him to the McDonald Brothers restaurant in San Bernardino, California in 1954. They had bought several of his machines. Impressed by their efficient system, Kroc pitched them on franchising. So before McDonald's, Ray Kroc was essentially a salesman, not a restaurateur. He was a salesman, and on top of that, he was a traveling salesman for milkshake machines. Broski, you're not a multi-millionaire. You're not even a millionaire when you're a traveling salesman for milkshake machines. You probably make like maybe a bit higher than average depending on how good you are, but you're like close to average, medium income. Yes, please. So guys, he never gave up. He was always in search of accomplishing more and being more. And here's how Ray Kroc convinced the McDonald brothers, Richard and Maurice, to let him expand their restaurants. So they had a single highly efficient restaurant in San Bernardino, California. Their system, the speedy service system, served burgers, fries, and shakes quickly with consistency, a model for modern fast food. They were content running their one location and had only done a few small franchise attempts nearby, but they didn't want the hassle of managing a huge network. Ray Kroc's pitch in 1954. Kroc visited after noticing they had bought 8 of his multi-mixer milkshake machines, which was at the time an unusually high number. So they bought 8 and he was like, yo, what the fuck's happening over there? He wants 8. Let me see what's happening with our restaurant. So he went and he saw them. He was blown away by their streamlined operation, simple menu, standardized process, and fast service. He immediately saw the scalability potential across the US and beyond. So by being constantly persistent and always in search of becoming a billionaire, which Ray Kroc, at the end of the day, at the end of his life, he became a fucking huge billionaire. He was always in search and he never gave up. Persistency, persistency, persistency. So he immediately saw the potential. And like you see here, the McDonald brothers, they didn't want to take that risk. They were afraid of that risk. He said, fuck it. I want to be successful. I want to make this a huge and crazy thing. I'll take this risk. How he convinced them. He proposed becoming their exclusive franchising agent. He promised to do the work of expansion while they'd get a royalty of 0.5% of gross sales. He reassured them that he would uphold their quality standards and replicate their system exactly. The brothers, not very ambitious for expansion, agreed mainly because Kroc seemed energetic, persuasive, and willing to take the risk. Willing to take the risk. He didn't give a fuck. He said, I don't give a shit. I'm taking life by the balls. I'm taking this risk. Fast forward 2025, now he's dead. But yo, McDonald's, bro, who doesn't know about McDonald's? It's like probably one of the most famous symbols on planet Earth, one of the most famous like restaurants, one of the most famous like brands on planet Earth, the McDonald's, the Golden Arches. Crazy. Kroc opened the first McDonald's franchise under his system in Des Plaines, Illinois, in 1955. Soon after, he founded McDonald's Corporation and began aggressively expanding. Eventually, tensions grew because the McDonald's brothers preferred to keep things small and controlled, while Kroc wanted explosive growth. He was really ambitious. He was really money hungry, Ray Kroc, success hungry. In 1961, Kroc bought out the brothers for $2.7 million, so each could retire with $1 million after taxes. He then had total control of the brand. So in short, the brothers had the idea for McDonald's and the quick fast food system and all that shit. But Kroc had the vision, drive, and franchising model that turned McDonald's into a worldwide giant. And it's fucking crazy. Like I said, 119 countries that McDonald's are operating in. And the reason that McDonald's became so huge, yes, to a certain degree, it's because of the McDonald's brother who had really good quality of food and a really smart system into place. But it's like 95% thanks to Ray Kroc's drive, ambition, and persistency to become a worldwide crazy fucking restaurant or fast food chain or whatever you call it. So it's because of Ray Kroc's drive and ambition and persistency and never giving up. The McDonald's brothers, they tried franchising and expanding, but they met with failure. And when they met with one or two failures, they immediately caved to pressure and they gave up. They said, let me just keep this one restaurant, this one McDonald's. We'll be content with this and that'll be it. Ray Kroc said, fuck it. Even though we failed many times in the past, we'll keep going until we become a huge success. Fast forward 2025, McDonald's, bro. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Could a brand be bigger than McDonald's? I mean, like maybe there's Coca-Cola, maybe there's Pepsi. I don't know what else is bigger than McDonald's, man. It's just a crazy, crazy brand. So the point of this 30-minute rant or 20-minute rant is all about persistency. Never fucking give up. Ray Kroc is an example, and there's many other examples. Anyone who succeeded, who made it big in life, when you ask them, what does it take to succeed? They all say the same thing. Never give up, be consistent, and just never give up. They all say never give up. They don't say, oh, you have to be really educated, you have to be really smart. They only say never give up. Just do it, never give up, and be consistent and never give up. But the main argument is never give up. Persistency, 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 man. It's all it is. Okay, so guys, this is really important for your energy. Don't hang around people who are constantly trying to bring you down, who are envious of who you are, who are jealous of who you are, and in general, who are just constantly trying to bring you down. They'll drain you. Like they say, you are a result of who you hang around with. You are a result of the 5 people you hang around the most with. So guys, keep your energy. Your energy isn't unlimited. It's limited. You have to make sure that your energy is in good hands. Keep it well protected. Keep your soul well protected. Keep your peace protected because it's not unlimited. It's limited. And if you hang around people who are constantly trying to bring you down, constantly trying to belittle you and belittle what you do, it's going to drain your energy and it's going to bring you down with them. So please don't hang around people who are constantly trying to bring you down. You don't need that negative energy in your life. You only have one life, and everyone is constantly saying that life is really short. I'm 25 now. From 19 to 25, it passed by really fucking quick. And guys watching this, you all know the same. Time goes by really fast. So don't waste a single second or a single minute hanging around people who don't uplift you, who don't motivate you, and who don't inspire you to become a better version of yourself. Don't hang around people who are trying to bring you down because they're jealous, because they're envious, or because they have a lot of insecurities. And whatever the reason is, you shouldn't give a fuck. But don't hang around people who are constantly draining your energy, making you feel bad, trying to bring shame upon you, trying to bring you down, trying to belittle you and your dreams. Don't hang around those type of people. Please don't, man. It's really fucking important for you, for your energy, and for everything. Live life on your own fucking terms. That's what a real man does. Live life on your own terms. No one has the answers to your questions but yourself. Only you have the answers. If you're constantly seeking for other people's approval and for other people to answer your questions about yourself and about how you should live life, you're not a real man. You still have some growing up to do. Live life on your own terms. That's what a real fucking man does. You live life on your own terms. You do what you want to do. You face the consequences. You face whatever you have to face. But at the end of the day, a real man lives life on his own fucking terms. That's how living is done. And that's what the point of life is to live life on your own fucking terms, man. So like I said, life is really short. And from what we know so far, we only have one life. Now, some people believe in the afterlife. Some people believe in reincarnation. I believe in reincarnation. I feel like that's what makes the most sense. I feel like even when our body dies, our soul doesn't die. It just transforms and reincarnates into something else or someone else. That's how I see it. But I'm not 100% convinced. But what we know so far is we only have one life, and life goes by really fucking quickly. So please live your life to the fullest. Do whatever you want to do. Live life on your own fucking terms. Don't be afraid to express yourself. Don't be afraid to chase your dreams. Just do whatever you want to do because life is so fucking short, man. And from what we know, we only have one life. YOLO. You only live once. As funny as it is to say YOLO, it's true, man. You only live once from what we know. Live life to the max. Try new things. Try whatever you want to try because from what we know, we only have one life and life is so short and life goes by so fucking quickly. And not only that, you never know what's going to happen with your life. Some people live to 80 years. Some people live to 100 years. Some people live to 15 years. Some people live to 25 years. Some people live to 20 years. Some people live to 30 years. You never know what's going to happen. So please live life on your own terms and live life to the fullest. Be the hero of your own story. Be the captain of your soul. Your soul is a boat. Guide your soul. Guide your boat. Be the captain of your soul. Dictate life. Be the hero of your life. Chase your dreams. Don't be afraid to face your fears. Go in search of what you want. Never give up. Face rejection. No problem. You keep going. That's how fucking living is done, man. No one has control over you and your will. No one. You decide what you'll do and you decide when you'll do it and how you'll do it. No one can control you. We all have free will. As religious as I am, I believe in free will is number one. Yes, I use religion to help guide my dreams and help me guide me. I use the Lord as my shepherd so he can guide me. But at the end of the day, I have free will. I decide what I'll do. I decide with who I'll do it. I decide how I live my life on my terms because I have free will. You have free will. We all have free will. That's the beauty of life, is no matter where you are, we all have the free will and the possibility to become someone that we would love to become and to accomplish all of our wildest dreams. Like many people say, if your dreams don't scare you, if you're literally not afraid of your dreams, you aren't dreaming big enough. That's a fucking fact. Your dreams have to scare you because that's when they will push you to the max for you to become the best version of yourself. Your dreams have to fucking scare you, man. If they don't scare you, you're not dreaming big enough. And if you're not dreaming big enough, what's the point of living, man? I mean, you only have one life. Life is so short. Dream as big as you can. Have the craziest and the wildest dreams, because you only have one life, and life is so fucking short, man. And time goes by so fucking quickly, man. Conquer every battle that is inside of you, and you will conquer the world. Like I said, man conquers the world by conquering himself, and that's a fucking fact, man. Listen less to your fears and more to your dreams. Of course, there are some rational fears, but I'm talking about irrational fears. As human beings, in general, we tend to think more about our fears than our dreams. Our fears will only stop us, will only bring us back, and will only slow us down in the path of our destiny, in the path of our life. Listen less to your fears. You can literally say to your fears, you guys are my bitches now. You work for me. I'm not going to listen to you. You guys are going to listen to me and to my dreams. We're going in search of my dreams, and we're going to accomplish everything that I want to fucking accomplish. That's how you should fucking live, man. Listen less to your fears and more to your dreams. Control your fucking mind and control your fucking thoughts, man. Don't let your negative thoughts ruin your life and ruin everything that is inside of you and your potential. We are all, as human beings, powerful beyond measure. Can all accomplish great, great things. As human beings, we are powerful beyond measure. We can move mountains if you want to. That's how powerful a single human being is. That's how powerful we are. So please, guys, don't dream small, dream big. No matter what, keep going. Like I said, chase your dreams. Don't be afraid. And also, guys, if you don't have enemies and if you don't have people who hate you, you're not living life correctly. You're not living life to your full potential. You have to have enemies. If you have enemies and if you have people who hate you and who despise you, that means you're doing well in life. That means you're accomplishing things, and that means you're doing well in life in general. If you don't have enemies and if you don't have people who hate you, you're not living life to the fullest, and you're not living life correctly. Someone who has enemies and who has people who hate him, he's living life correctly. That's how because it means that you're doing everything you want to do, and by doing everything you want to do, some people won't agree with you with what you're doing. Don't give a fuck. You live your life on your own fucking terms. That's how it's fucking done. So if you don't have enemies and if you don't have people who hate you, you're not living life correctly. You're not living how life should be lived. Every single man, every single human being should have enemies and people who don't like him. That's when you know that you're living life correctly and that you're doing something good with your life. Recently, for people, now I'm going to be a bit more political. Maybe not political, just news. This girl got stabbed. Really, really sad. I mean, there's such evil in this world, man. It's just really sad to see. The blonde girl, I forgot her name. Let me see if I can get her name. The Ukrainian woman, rest in peace to her. It was really, really sad what happened. Bystanders did nothing. I mean, I didn't see the video, so I cannot really comment on it, but it's really, really sad, man. We live in a really, really sad world. The guy who stabbed her, I mean, I wish him all the worst, man. If I'm being honest, I wish he goes to jail. And honestly, I wish that he never sees freedom ever again in his life, because he's a menace to society, man. Lock him up. Don't let him free. He has real mental issues. He fucking stabbed a woman to death for no fucking reason, man. Lock him the fuck up. There's no reason that he should be walking these streets safely and whatever. He should be locked up for the rest of his life, and he should never be set free amongst society and amongst other people, because he clearly cannot live amongst people and live in a society that is functionable. He cannot live amongst people. He's not fit to live amongst people peacefully. Lock him up for the rest of his life. He has a real mental problem. Never, ever set him free. Conor McGregor tweeted out, "I cannot escape the images circulating of the innocent, harmless Ukrainian woman on public transport. Brutally murdered from behind for nothing. I wish the absolute worst for her killer, and I am neither shy nor sorry in saying this." I agree, man. I don't give a fuck, man. I wish him absolutely the worst. Lock him up, never set him free, because he shouldn't see freedom for the rest of his life, her killer. Okay, so guys, recently, Charlie Kirk, is dead. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. And I just want to say, I saw some people celebrating his death. That's so fucking disgusting, man. If you're a person and you celebrated Charlie Kirk's death, you're a fucking disgusting person. You need to reevaluate your quality. I mean, not your qualities, but you need to reevaluate your values and how you see life. You're a disgusting person if you celebrated Charlie Kirk's death. Even if you don't agree with what he said, you still shouldn't celebrate someone killing him. I disagree with some things that he said, and I agree with some things that he said also. So I'm not like a big Charlie Kirk fanboy, and I don't hate him. I agree with some things that he said, and I disagree with some other things. But man, you should never wish death upon someone. The only people that we should celebrate getting killed was like Osama bin Laden. Like, that makes sense. He's a fucking terrorist. He killed millions of people. That makes, not millions of people, he killed many people. He terrorized many people. Osama bin Laden is a death that is an assassination that we should celebrate. But celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, Charlie Kirk's assassination, is so fucking sad, and it's so sad to see, man. Some people celebrating his death, man. That's so fucked up, man. I don't know what world we live in, but that should never, ever happen, man. It's just sad to see. Donald J. Trump said, the great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. It's true, man. He's great and he is legendary, Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace, man. I wish him all the best. I mean, I hope I wish all the best to his wife and his kids. Then he went on to say, no one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you. Just say, man, even if you don't agree with what Charlie said or with what he stood by, he still has the right to he had the right to express himself, as we all do in a democratic country where liberty of expression and freedom of speech exists, and is the First Amendment, is the most important amendment in the Western world. So even if you hate him, he still has the right to express himself. I personally didn't agree with everything he said. There's some things that I agreed with him, and some other things that I didn't agree with him. But at the end of the day, he has the right to express himself. And let me say it again. People who are celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, you guys are fucking disgusting, man. I'm not afraid to say it. You guys are fucking disgusting. And you need to reevaluate your values and the way you perceive life in general, man. It's those people, man, you guys are disgusting, man. If you celebrate someone getting shot in the neck and dying, if you celebrate a husband and a father dying, man, you guys are fucking disgusting, man. Sean Strickland on the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk, he said, my gut reaction, I was excited to see the video. Then I realized, how did we become desensitized and sociopathic? The government manipulated us to think guns, war, and death is cool. They ruined America and took God from us. I understand that we were all in a way, I mean, it's weird to say, but we all in a way wanted to see the video. I don't know why, like, it's like the human nature inside of us to want to see the video, man. I don't know why. It's just how it is, but the video is so hard to watch. It's so sad to watch, and it's really hard to watch that video, man. It's really hard to watch, man. Barack Obama also tweeted out, we don't yet know what motivated the person who shot and killed Charlie Kirk, but this kind of despicable violence has no place in our democracy. I agree 100%, man. This is despicable violence and has no place in countries that are democratic, and has no place in democracy. And people who celebrate the death of Charlie Kirk, man, you guys are fucking disgusting, man. I know I said it many times. I'm going to say it again. You guys are fucking disgusting, man. I don't give a fuck, man. That's really, really fucking disgusting. He said, Michelle and I will be praying for Charlie's family tonight, especially his wife Erica, and their 2 young children. Benjamin Netanyahu also tweeted out, Charlie Kirk was murdered for speaking truth and defending freedom. I agree, man. A lion-hearted friend of Israel, he fought the lies and stood tall for Judeo-Christian civilization. I agree. I spoke to him only 2 weeks ago and I invited him to Israel. Sadly, that visit will not take place. We lost an incredible human being. I agree. Even though I don't agree with everything that Charlie Kirk said and stood by, I still agree that he's an amazing individual and that he's an amazing human being, that he's an incredible human being. He is an incredible human being. Even though I don't agree with everything he said or stood by, I can still agree that he was an incredible human being. His boundless pride in America and his valiant belief in free speech will leave a lasting impact. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Like I said, I just want to make the record straight. I don't agree with everything he said, but there are many things that I do agree with him. And altogether, he was a really, really, really smart individual, and he was really, really competent, a really, really good orator, and a really, really good debater. He was an incredible person, an amazing person. He was Charlie Kirk, man. Rest in peace. And I'll be praying for his wife and his children, man. Really, really sad. Aljamain Sterling also said, "Rip to Charlie Kirk. Just because you don't agree with someone's opinions doesn't mean you just start killing people." I agree. Just because you don't agree with someone, I mean, you shouldn't inflict violence upon him. You don't agree with him, that's fine. Debate with him, argument with him, and that's it. Then at the end of the day, agree to disagree. That's what democracy is. Freedom of speech. I bring you on my podcast. You go on his podcast, whatever. You debate with him. And then at the end of the day, if you still disagree, then you agree to disagree. But democracy is all about everyone having the right to express himself, the freedom of speech. And then if you don't agree with him, debate him. Try to prove him wrong. And at the end of the day, if you guys keep on debating and there's no point, well, then agree to disagree. That's how it's done. Debate, dispute, agree to disagree. I agree. You got to be a dark human being to want to kill people over. Facts, man. You have to be really fucking disgusting to want to kill someone because you don't agree with what he said. That's really fucking twisted and really fucked up if you have those kind of thoughts. To want to kill people over different likes, preferences, opinions, that's what makes us special. We're all different, but one people. Jake Paul also tweeted out, Charlie Kirk got shot for telling the truth. That's true, man. Now, like I said, I don't agree with everything he said, but altogether, there's many things that I agree with what Charlie Kirk said. He then went on to say, what a mentally sick time we're living through. We need God more than ever. That's true, man. We all need God now in the Western world more than ever, man. Okay, so guys, now let me do some Bible verses and some famous quotes and sayings to end this episode. So, okay, first Bible verse. Before I do them, let me drink some water, man. Okay, so the first Bible verse, and these 6 ones are really, really popular. I was like, fuck it, let me do them. They're really, really powerful and really, really beautiful. I'm a big Christian. I have really big Christian values, and I want to spread my Christian values to help people feel better. Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Like I said, you can accomplish whatever you want with Jesus Christ. Whatever you fucking want, you can accomplish your dreams with Christ who strengthens you. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. God has beautiful plans for every single one of us. He wants us to prosper and accomplish our dreams. That's a fact. John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. Beautiful quote. Psalm 23:1. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. Romans 8:28. And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Beautiful, man. God gave us all, every single human being has a purpose that God bestowed upon them, and he wants us to accomplish our purpose. But to accomplish our purpose, he wants us to work hard, to face our fears, and to never give up, and to be resilient human beings. That's what God wants out of us, out of every single human being. Proverbs 3:5-6, my favorite Bible, one of my favorite Bible verses, if not my favorite. I have it tatted here on my left tricep. And it is, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. Beautiful. Let me repeat it. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. I don't even have to add anything. It's just as beautiful as it is. It says everything there is to say. So now let me do the famous quotes and sayings. Nelson Mandela, it always seems impossible until it's done. As simple as that, short and sweet, and it's so fucking true, man. Winston Churchill, success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. Steve Jobs, your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Like I said, live your life on your own fucking terms because it's your life and only you can live your life. No one else can live your life for you. Only you can live your life. So don't waste your time living someone else's life. Live your life on your own terms. Maya Angelou, you may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. So fucking true. Muhammad Ali, don't count the days, make the days count. Confucius, it does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. That's what I'm saying. Persistency, persistency, persistency. It's all about never, ever giving up. That's why everyone who accomplished something, who succeeded, said the number one thing to accomplish your dreams is never give up. Albert Einstein, in the middle of every difficulty lies opportunity. Whenever there's a problem, every problem is an opportunity in disguise. That's a fact. And when you see life through those lenses, life will be way, way easier for you. You'll accomplish way, way more, and you'll just be way, way more content in life. Eleanor Roosevelt, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. People often call me a dreamer. They say I live life in the clouds. I don't live life on planet Earth. Some people say that I'm a big dreamer. I am a big dreamer. I am. I don't give a fuck. I have one life. Life goes by so quickly. I want to accomplish all my dreams and I want to have the wildest dreams. I don't give a fuck. I'll die chasing my dreams and I'll have a smile on my face when I die chasing my dreams. That's what I want out of life. And like I said, if your dreams don't scare you, you're not dreaming big enough. Tony Robbins, setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. Set goals. It's good to have dreams, but at the end of the day, you have to set goals. So let's say your dream is to run a marathon under 30 minutes, but now you're a fat slob. How you should maybe start off is, okay, let me start off by the next month, I want to run a marathon under 1 hour. Boom, it's done. Okay, next month, I want to run it under 45 minutes. And then slowly getting there, you'll get to under 30 minutes. So set goals. By setting goals and accomplishing your goals day in, day out, that's when at the end of the day, after a certain period of time, you'll accomplish your dreams and you'll actually get to where you want to go. So set goals. The best way to accomplish your dreams is to set goals and to constantly surpass your goals and achieve your goals. And then when you achieve your goals, you set out new goals, and then you set out new goals. And then by achieving your goals and by setting out new goals, slowly you're leveling up in life. Just like in a video game, when you accomplish goals in a video game or accomplish missions, you level up and you become a better character, a more competent character. And then you go on to accomplish more and more goals, more and more missions. And then, which in fact means that you'll accomplish more of your dreams and you'll be closer to accomplishing your dreams. And then when you accomplish your dreams, you go then and accomplish more dreams, and then you have more dreams. That's how it's done, man. Next quote is from Bruce Lee, and he said, absorb what is useful, discard what is not, add what is uniquely your own. I agree. Okay, so guys, actually, I'm going to do sports also. I have a couple of things I want to talk about regarding soccer, football. So before I get into it, I'm going to finish the episode with these soccer takes, soccer quotes, soccer commentary, analysis, and whatever. Let me drink some water. Let's fucking get it. No disrespect to Tottenham. Someone wrote on Twitter, no disrespect to Tottenham. But I wholeheartedly believe if Harry Kane has spent the majority of his career at Bayern Munich, he would have been in Messi Ronaldo debates. I disagree. Maybe he would have been closer to Lewandowski because now they're like, he's at the end of his career, Harry Kane, like it or not, and he's never going to be as good as Lewandowski when it comes to legacy and everything. But he wouldn't have been in Messi and Ronaldo debates. Man, that's just fucking crazy. He would have been better if he would have been in Bayern Munich, because Bayern Munich, like it or not, soccer is a team sport, right? If you want to win trophies, you have to be in a really good team, because it's 11 players against 11 players, and then there's 7 more players on the bench. So it's a team fucking sport. He would have accomplished way more if he would have been at Bayern Munich than if he would have started his career at Tottenham. But who knows what would have happened. If we're talking with ifs, anything can happen with ifs. But yes, in general, it's safe to say that if he would have been at Bayern Munich since the beginning of his career, he probably would have had more success than what he has right now. But to say that he would have been in Messi and Ronaldo debates, that's fucking crazy, man. They're miles ahead of Harry Kane, man, when it comes to potential and skill-wise, technique, whatever, as purely players. They're miles and miles and miles ahead of Harry Kane, Messi, and Ronaldo, man. It's not even close, man. And then he went on to say, this is one of the best footballers I have seen in my lifetime. That's crazy. That's crazy. Intelligence, efficiency, you name it. I mean, don't get it twisted. Harry Kane is an amazing number 9. He's an amazing player. He's really fucking good. But to say that he's one of the best players you ever witnessed, and I'm looking at the guy, I'm pretty sure he's around my age. So you witnessed Neymar, you witnessed Messi, you witnessed Ronaldo, Iniesta, Xavi, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Suarez, Benzema, Bale, Modric, the list goes on. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne, David Silva, Yaya Toure, Aguero, I mean, Thierry Henry. Let's calm down. You know what I mean? Like, yes, Harry Kane is a legend. He's really, really good. He's going to go down as one of the greatest English players of all time. But let's chill out a little bit. Then he went on to say, there's no doubt in my mind, had he developed around winners his entire career, his output would have been even better. And mind you, this is despite having already crazy, crazy output. Of course, like I said, he probably would have ended up winning more and being maybe a slightly better player if he would have developed around Bayern Munich or at Barcelona or Real Madrid, whatever. But maybe he would have won 1 Ballon d'Or. No, not even then. Because he was in the same generation as Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar, and all those players. So even then, I don't think he would have won a Ballon d'Or. It would be that small little push mentality that would allow him to even surpass the output of Ronaldo. Okay, now, broski. Okay, now that's too much. There's no chance. I don't care on which team he would have developed, what his work rate would have been. He would have never, ever surpassed Cristiano Ronaldo. Never, ever. Or Ronaldo Phenomenal. Any Ronaldo, you name it, he wouldn't have surpassed them. He would have never surpassed Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't give a fuck. He doesn't have the potential that Ronaldo had. He doesn't have the talent that Ronaldo had. And he didn't have the same work ethic that Ronaldo had. Ronaldo is miles ahead or miles above Harry Kane. Like, it's not even close. This is a crazy quote. This is a crazy take from a guy. Really crazy. I mean, nah, man, you're miles ahead of this one. I mean, this is just crazy. I agree. He would have been way better if he would have developed around better players and in a better team. He would have been better, probably, and he probably would have won more than what he won. But to say that he would have surpassed the output of Cristiano Ronaldo, that's just fucking ludicrous to say, man. Okay, next quote. Someone said on Twitter, they get paid football players, professional football players, they get paid generational wealth weekly to play for 90 minutes once or twice a week. Some people have to go to a 9 to 5 every day for breadcrumbs. Athletes have no idea how easy life is for them. And he said this because Kylian Mbappe said, I'm quoting him, I don't know if we are prepared to play 60 matches. I don't recall ever seeing a player perform at their best for 60 matches. We need more rest. And then someone replied to him on Twitter, they get paid generational wealth weekly to play for 90 minutes once or twice a week. Some people have to go to a 9 to 5 every day for breadcrumbs. Athletes have no idea how life is easy for them. Broski, let me reply to you. Mbappe, professional footballers got to where they are by working hard like a motherfucker. While we were playing video games or while you were playing video games as a teenager, he was there working like a motherfucker, day in, day out, every single day. He was hustling and working hard work every single day. He was working really hard. So he deserves to be where he is, Kylian Mbappe, and all professional footballers. So that's why I disagree. They deserve their money, they deserve their status, and they deserve everything that they have because they worked really fucking hard to be where they are right now. At the end of the day, yes, I agree with what he said. Nowadays, their life is really easier than many other people. But even then, they have to work really hard. They have to do things I don't like to do, like keep track of nutrition, work hard every single day, go to practice, go to training, go to the gym, whatever. But to reply to this guy, they deserve what they have because they worked really, really fucking hard. Do you know how hard it is to become just simply a professional football player in the MLS, which is one of the worst leagues in the world? It's really fucking hard. Like, you have a lot of competition. You have to work really, really hard every single day and never give up every single day. It's really, really fucking hard. Let alone being a top player like Kylian Mbappe, man. Do you know how hard he fucking worked to get where he is? He worked really fucking hard. So he deserves the fruits of his labor. So that's why I'm against this quote from this guy, because he deserves the fruits of his labor, man. I don't give a fuck. He deserves because he works really, really hard. The competition at the highest level to become one of the best players on planet Earth and to get paid that amount of money is really, really fucking crazy. But he really fucking deserves it because it's really, really hard. Okay, next quote is from Pep Guardiola, and he said, Rodri is still the best one, the very best player in the world. That's crazy, Pep Guardiola. I know you're biased because he plays for Man City and you're his manager and you want to like help him out and cocksuck him, quote unquote, but he's not the best player on planet Earth. He was. When he won the Ballon d'Or, he deserved it. Like I said, in my opinion, I would have gave it to Vini, but since he won it, I mean, it's like, it was really, really close between Rodri and Vini, in my opinion. But right now, he's not the best player on planet Earth. Lamine Yamal is way better than Rodri. Dembele is better than Rodri. Pedri is better than Rodri. Vitinha is better than Rodri. Mbappe is better than Rodri. Even Vini is better than Rodri. He's not the best player on planet Earth. When he won the Ballon d'Or, he had the best season. I'll agree. And maybe he was the best player that season. That's not a wild take. But now, to say this now, Pep Guardiola, that's just fucking crazy because he's not, man. Okay, next quote is from Donald Trump. He said, in 2026, we're going to have the World Cup in our country. It's like having multiple Super Bowls in every single match. I agree, man. People don't realize how fucking big the FIFA World Cup is. It's 20 times bigger than the Super Bowl. 20 times bigger. Let me pull up the stats. Can you give me comparison stats between the FIFA World Cup and the Super Bowl? You're going to see, guys, the difference is fucking crazy, man. Great question. Both are huge sporting events. Frequency. The FIFA World Cup is every 4 years. The duration is 1 month. And a global audience, 1.5 billion people watched the 2022 World Cup final. 1.5 billion people. 5 billion people engaged across the whole 2022 World Cup tournament. The FIFA 2022 cycle, they made $7.5 billion only from their World Cup in revenue. Crazy, man. Key takeaways. What about the Super Bowl? Key takeaways, the World Cup dwarfs the Super Bowl in global scale. Billions watch soccer, while the Super Bowl is mostly a U.S. phenomenon. How many people watched the Super Bowl final? Now, let's compare it with the Super Bowl. And no disrespect to American football. I fucking love American football. But you cannot compare American football to soccer, man. It's like to European football. It's two completely different things. Super Bowl 58 in February 2024, 123.7 million people watched it. The Super Bowl 59 in 2025, 127 people watched it. The Super Bowl 59. Compared to 1.5 billion people watched the 2022 final. 1.5 billion people watched the 2022 World Cup final. And 127 million people watched the Super Bowl 59. Crazy. Oh, here's the Super Bowl final and their defense, it's every year. comparing to the World Cup, which is every 4 years. It's only one game. The World Cup final is also one game. So 1.5 billion people watched the 2022 final, and 150 million people watched the Super Bowl final in 2024. And in 2025, 125 million people watched. 200 million people tune in to some part of the Super Bowl, and 5 billion people engage across the whole tournament in 2022. It's crazy, man. The World Cup is just, it's probably the biggest phenomenon after the Summer Olympics. Crazy, man. Can you compare the FIFA World Cup with the Summer Olympics? Okay, so so Tokyo 2021, 3 billion viewers across the games, and the World Cup 2022 was 5 billion viewers. So the World Cup is even bigger than the Summer Olympics, man. That's how fucking big it is, man. The same revenue, the FIFA 2022 cycled around $7.5 billion in revenue. The Tokyo 2021 Summer Olympics, is it? Yeah, around $7 to $8 billion. So it's very, very similar. Okay, so thoughts on Messi. No, I already did this with Luka. So guys, if Messi doesn't play in 2026 World Cup, man, I talked this about with Luka, I'm gonna fucking cry, man. Because, Messi, I know you're 38 years old and you're gonna be 38 turning 39 in the World Cup, but you have to play, man. I don't give a fuck, you have to play. Now, let me just say the Lionel Messi's impressive stats with Argentina. 193 games, 114 goals, 58 assists, 172 goal contributions, 10 hat tricks, 2021 and 2024 Copa America, 2022 FIFA World Cup, 2022 Finalissima, 2005 FIFA U20 World Cup, 2008 Beijing Olympics, 46 Man of the Match awards, 6 Player of the Tournament awards, and 2 top scorer. GOAT, man. He's the fucking GOAT, Messi, man. Messi, if you don't play in the 2026 World Cup, I'm gonna fucking cry, man. I swear to fucking God. And he said, I'm quoting him right now, same as I said before about the World Cup, that if I don't think I'll play another because of my age, the most logical thing is that I won't make it. But we're almost there, so I'm excited and motivated to play it. Like I always say, I go day by day, match by match. That's it. Taking it day by day, going by how I feel. I love that mentality. It's a really good mentality. But Messi, you have to fucking play in the 2026 World Cup, man. Day by day, trying to feel good, and above all, being honest with myself. When I feel good, I enjoy it. But when I don't, honestly, I don't have a good time. So I prefer not to be there if I don't feel good. So we'll see. I haven't made a decision about the World Cup. So it's still not yet sure. I'm praying to God that he's going to be playing in the 2026 World Cup, and I pray to fucking God, man. He then went on to say, match by match, I'll finish the season, then I'll have preseason, and there will be 6 months left. So we'll see how I feel. Hopefully, I'll have a good preseason in 2026 and finish this MLS season well, and then I'll decide. Please have a beautiful preseason, Messi. Please have a beautiful season in the MLS. I need to see you in the 2026 World Cup, Messi. Please, man. I have to see you, man. Messi, most successful dribbles in a season, league and UCL only. First, this is of all time. First is Leo Messi in the 2014-2015 season, when Messi had one of the greatest seasons of all time, one of his prime seasons, and he won the Champions League with Barca. He had 266 completed dribbles. The second person with the most accomplished dribbles in a season for league and UCL is, again, Lionel Messi in the 2010-11 season with 265 dribbles. Third is, again, Lionel Messi, the 2019 and 20 Lionel Messi season with 239 accomplished dribbles, successful dribbles. Fourth is Eden Hazard. That's how fucking good Eden Hazard is, man. That's how fucking good of a dribbler he was, man. And if you look at stats, he's a better dribbler than Neymar, if we look at stats. Eden Hazard in his 2014-15 season, which was his best... No, 2014-15 season, which is one of his best... Is not his best season, one of his best seasons. He has 231 successful dribbles. Fifth is, again, Lionel Messi. 2017-18 season with 222 accomplished dribbles. Sixth is, again, Lionel Messi in the 2011-2012 season with 220 accomplished dribbles. 7 is Neymar Jr. in his 2016-17, which is his best season, in my opinion, one of his best seasons in his prime, with 218 accomplished dribbles. 8 is Lamine Yamal. 18-year-old, 17-year-old at a time, Lamine Yamal. 2024-2025 season with 213 accomplished dribbles. 9th is Lionel Messi again in his 2020-2021 season with 202 accomplished dribbles. And in 10th place is again Eden Hazard, 2017-2018 season with 199 accomplished dribbles. So in the top 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in the top 10, 6 places are only for Messi, man. Crazy. The greatest dribbler of all time, without a doubt. And in the top 10, 2 of those positions is for Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard is also one of the greatest dribblers of all time. Not one of the greatest players. He is like top 50 easily of all time. But he is one of the greatest dribblers of all time, Eden Hazard, without a doubt. He has 2 positions. 1 position for Neymar and 1 position for Lamine Yamal, man. Okay, next quote is from Ruud Gullit. And he said, Messi or Ronaldo, look, I believe Cristiano Ronaldo is a pure idol for every single kid because of how hard he worked. That's true, man. Every single kid should idolize Cristiano Ronaldo because every single kid could become Cristiano Ronaldo. But not every single kid could become Lionel Messi because you have to be born with that crazy God-given talent. And then, of course, at the same time, put in crazy longevity and put in crazy hard work. Then he went on to say, Lionel Messi is just a freak of nature, like Maradona. That's true, man. Messi, Maradona, Ronaldinho, they're just freaks of nature. Those 3 men, it's never going to happen again, man. You cannot top them. You can only equalize with them because they're peak football talent and footballing ability and skills. But Ronaldo, and then he went on to say, but Ronaldo really worked super hard. That's true, man. Ronaldo, when it comes to mentality and working hard, man, he's number 1, man. That his mentality is just so fucking crazy, man. And that's just, it's crazy from Cristiano Ronaldo, man. De La Fuente said, Lamine is not arrogant. There is a difference between his public image and his true personality. That's true, man. Lamine, in my opinion, he's not arrogant. He just likes having fun. He likes dancing on TikTok, and he likes crowning himself with celebrations. But he's not arrogant. He went on to say, he is a young man of great value. True, man. He has such crazy potential, and he's so good. He has great value, and he truly deserves all the praise. 100%, I agree. He then went on to say, young players don't succeed by partying in Ibiza. They succeed through commitment, and Lamine has it. He only partied once in Ibiza for his birthday. He maybe didn't even drink alcohol. He just partied for fun. It's his fucking birthday. He's fucking rich. He's fucking famous. We all would have done the same thing, man. Stop fucking criticizing him. We all would have done the same thing. And he said Lamine has it. And then he went on to say he spends 4 hours a day in the gym, physiotherapy, nutrition, and psychological care. This is what I call invisible training. Since joining us at 16, now at 18, he continues to show remarkable maturity. Crazy. He joined at 15 and he's only 18 and he still has that remarkable maturity that he has. He's really mature, man. He does everything he has to do. He doesn't miss practices. He doesn't drink. He stays in good shape. Maybe he drinks for here and there when it was summer, but he stays in shape and like it or not on the pitch, he's producing really good results, man. He went on to say, it's never easy to handle this kind of pressure at 16, 17, or 18, yet he manages it. He manages it naturally and with control. That's true, man. He doesn't feel pressure, and he manages that pressure, that big, huge rolled pressure at that age really, really well. He then went on to say he has the spontaneity of youth, but also an admirable level of self-control. That's true, man. He's only 18 years old, man. Remember when you were 18 years old, bro? Come on, man. Come on. He then went on to say, when I talk to him, I see a kid still maturing, but I'm amazed by the reflections and ideas he shares. Honestly, I'm delighted that Lamine is this way, man. I agree, man. With everything he said regarding Lamine Yamal, De La Fuente, he's an amazing player. He's going to be so good and so accomplished, and I wish him all the best. Okay, so guys, that was it for this episode. See you next time. Peace out.